Well, welcome everybody at home as well. I hope you can hear me. And thank you again all
Yes.
for being here. I'm really excited you're here. My name is Diana, Diana Sheehan, and I'm with Celtic Tours. And I'm really excited to share all that we have to offer and just to have some fun. Tell you all about Ireland and some of our boat tales and maybe share some things that you guys don't know about. So a little bit about me. I am with Celtic Tours for almost 2 years now. I've been in the travel industry for almost 30 years. I was a travel agent previously. This is my first time on this side of the business. And one of the reasons why I'm standing here is because I used to work with this company as a travel agent. And I fell in love with this company. I used to book a lot of groups with them. And so back in 2020, I had two groups with them. I had a St. Patrick's Day and I had an Italian group with them. And then I had a St. Patrick's Day in 2021. Everybody knows what happened in 2020, right? We shut down. 4 days before my St. Patrick's Day tour was supposed to leave, we shut down. Well, Celtic Tours was the only company, and I had a lot of other things out there in the works. They were the only company that offered all my clients 100% refund. 100%, no questions asked. Gave everybody 100% refund. There were no, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, nothing. They just refunded everybody. So if they didn't travel, everybody got a refund, which is one of the reasons why I'm sitting here. They are a very small company, which I'm going to tell you about in just a moment. But before we get started, Cave me la fáilte, everyone. That's 100,000 wishes in Gaelic. That's about all I know. I'm not gonna lie. That took me about 3 weeks just to learn how to say that properly. Yeah. So, all right. So a little bit about us. We started back in 1972. So we've been in business, what now? Almost, 53 years now? That would make us 53 years old. We are a family owned and operated business. We're a small family owned and operated business. Mr. Noel Murphy, who is originally from Dublin, Ireland, came over to Albany, New York, and he was a carpenter. And everybody kept saying, we need to go to your country. We need to go to, he does this beautiful Irish accent, of course. And so he says, you know what, I'll just take you there. And that's how Celtic Tours got started, hence the name Celtic Tours. So we started obviously in Ireland and we kind of expanded in these 53 years. And now we do a lot of Europe, not just Ireland, but Ireland is where our heart is. So we deliver exceptional service. Because we're such a small company, we can offer things that some of the larger companies, our competitors, can't offer. We can customize a lot of things. So if you're looking for something in particular, like I had a client who was looking for a Scotch tasting in Scotland, and I actually put that together for them. We just actually did Scotch tasting all over the distilleries in Scotland and put that together for him. Had another client who was looking, him and his son were triathletes. Triathletes, did I say that right? And they wanted to run from castle to castle. The wife did not. So they ran from castle to castle. We went ahead and made that happen. The wife went ahead and loaded up everything. She went and did some tours while they were running from one place to another, and she met them there. So these are the kind of things as a small company that we can do. So if there's something in particular that you're looking for, then we can actually put that together for you. So our team is really knowledgeable. When I say we're small, we only have 25 people in our entire team that work for us, and that includes me, 25 people. Mr. Murphy is still part of the organization. He is 82 years young and still comes to the office on a regular basis. And his daughter is now the president of the company, so it is going to the next generation. And she's been with the company for 25 years, almost 26 years. So, and again, we have extensive products all throughout Europe. So what we offer, of course, escorted tours. We offer escorted tours all over Europe. We can do private group tours. So if you have a group of people that you'd like to take, one of the biggest things that we're noticing is generational. Maybe you want to take your entire family, including the grandkids. We can do that for you. We can customize your tour for you. Private group tours. We can do golf vacations. Any golfers? Anybody want to do some golfing? We can do golf vacations in Ireland and Scotland. We can actually get you on to St. Andrews, except for the old course. That's one we can't get you on because that is on a lottery system. We do self-drive vacations, rail packages, and in Ireland, Italy, and Germany, independent journeys. And when I'm talking about independent journeys, those are those vacations where you want something specific, like the Scotch tasting or the castle run or something like that. Or you have a family that they come from Donegal and then they want to go to Limerick and then they want to, you know, so you have certain places that you want to go. We can actually make that happen as well. And also day touring and city tours. So let's say, for example, you're doing a cruise. You want to go ahead and do a cruise, but you want to stay a few days prior to the cruise. You're going to do the Baltic. We can go ahead and make that happen for you. We can go ahead and set that up, do your accommodations, do all your city tours for you as well. So where can we take you? All those places. That's it. So we can take you to Ireland, of course, and then all of UK, including that little piece of Ireland that the United Kingdom won't let go of, the Northern Ireland right there, you know, that just that little piece right there. So England, Scotland, Wales, Italy, Croatia, Austria, Hungary, Germany, Poland, and Spain. We also added Iceland this year. So if you're interested in going to Iceland, that is not an escorted tour, that is only a customizable tour. So we did add Iceland as well. So let's talk a little bit about Ireland. Why go to Ireland? Well, the scenery, beautiful, beautiful. It's green 365 days a year, constantly green. It is an island. It's about the size of Indiana. So it's very, very small. You can actually get from Dublin to the very tip top of the north of Ireland in about 3.5 hours. And down south in about 3 hours and 45 minutes. So you can get all over the island in one day. So it's pretty easy. So you have landscapes, sea cliffs, festivals. Of course, St. Patrick's Day. Yes, they celebrate over there. They have a huge, huge festival in Dublin. So they have a St. Patrick's Day festival. Did you know St. Valentine's relics are in Dublin? Did you know that? His relics are actually there at a church called White Fair Church, and they're actually there in Dublin. They have a food and cider festival in Armaghan, the Cork Jazz Festival. They have over 30,000 castles and ruins, including the Rock of Cashel, Bunratty, and of course Blarney, where you can kiss the Blarney Stone. Ladies, did you kiss the Blarney Stone when you were there? It's not easy, is it? You have to lay on your back and all the way back. It's not an easy thing to do, but once you do it, gift of gab, done it. Here I am. Scenic road trips. They have quaint little cities. This right here is the city of Derry. I actually took this picture. Best fish and chips because it's a fish city. Best fish and chips ever. Adar, they still have the thatch roofs, the old thatch roofs that line the main street in Adar. They have, of course, storytelling, traditions. The people there are so friendly, just so friendly and just welcoming. And of course, you will always look for some really, really good food, Guinness, and crock. Another good Irish word. Does anybody know what that means? Good fun, atmosphere. Good fun or atmosphere, yeah. So, some of the trends that we're seeing, of course, is also adventure. I don't know if anybody's up for it here, but if you're interested in some sea kayaking, or some surfing, or if you're interested in actually some sea cliff walking in the Gobbins, there's all kinds of adventure as well in Ireland. Not a lot of people realize this. There's all kinds of things that you can do there. So zip lining, mountain biking. Also, you can do cooking classes. You can go to local farms if you're interested in local farms. I actually just did that for another client who wanted to just go to local farms because he's a farmer and he wanted to see how they actually farm over there. So we did that as well. So all different types of trends and experiences that you can have in Ireland besides just pubs, and scenery and food. So all different kinds of experiences. So for families, those are interested in families, there's things to do for the children if you wanted to bring children. Castlecomer Discovery Park, Wexford, they actually can go and see where the seals are rescued. They have all of these baby seals where the moms, they actually get washed up on shore. The moms can't get them, so they have to go rescue these seals, and then they take them back to this place, and they take care of them. Of course, couples and solo travelers. For those of you who might be solo travelers, there's a lot to do, and I'm going to tell you all about Mr. Willie Daly here. He is from Lisdoonvarna, and he is the very last matchmaker. Yeah, they have a matchmaking festival every year from September 1st through September 30th. And it is the biggest single festival probably in all of Europe, maybe all of the world, because it's a long festival. Mr. Willie Daly parks himself right here in this bar. And you can go see him. He comes from 165 years of matchmaking. His father was a matchmaker, his grandfather, his great-grandfather, 165 years of matchmaking. And they say, if you put your hand on this book right here, these are his matches. This book that you see in this picture, those are his matches. They say if you put your hand on that book, you'll be married within 6 months. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I don't think I will. But they say it's a lucky book. So, but there's all kinds of festivals going on during that month. There's music, there's food, dancing. It's a really good way for singles to mix and mingle. Right. So, also, Guinness Court Jazz Festival. Anybody like jazz here? Jazz music? Big festival every October. Some huge performers. They take over the entire city of Cork, and it is all over Cork. Venues all over the place. They have musicians. They have entertainment, jazz camps. Some of the past, Ella Fitzgerald, Herbie Hancock, Macy Gray. Those are some of the headliners that have been there. And then they do a lot of pop-ups. So some jazz musicians will actually just pop up. What is a jazz musician that is from New Orleans? Really famous one. Something Jr.
Harry Connick.
Harry Connick Jr. Thank you so much. Yes. He actually popped up like 2 times. So, yeah, it's a really famous festival. How many of you knew that Halloween originated in Ireland? Didn't know that, did you? It was actually over 2,000 years ago, and it began as a pagan festival called Samhain. And all of the traditions that we do now came from that pagan festival. Everything. They're a little bit more obviously Americanized because everybody remembered the potato famine, the immigration of all of the Irish that came to America. That's how all of those traditions were brought over here. So some of the traditions were, so the pagan festival, the Celts believed that the boundary between the living and the dead was the thinnest on October 31st, so that they would kind of avoid going outside until they started wearing costumes so that the spirits wouldn't recognize them as they went outside. That's where the costumes came from. Then they started carving turnips to scare the spirits. So they would actually hold the turnips. Now we do pumpkins. Trick-or-treating originated from people exchanging food to appease the spirits. They would actually leave food to appease the spirits. So Halloween is huge, huge in Ireland. And now we have several different festivals during that time. We have the Puka Halloween Festival, which is in Trim and Athaboy. We have Ghost Islands and Tours. And the largest festival is our Dairy Festival. And I'm going to see, I did add a video here. I'm going to see if it plays. Let me see if it plays. Oh, not working. Not working. My apologies. So, okay, moving on. So Derry Halloween Festival. This is actually the largest Halloween festival in all of Europe. Look at those costumes. Scary. Talk about some costumes. That is nothing like what we get here at Kmart, or not Kmart. We don't have Kmart anymore, but Walmart. I mean, that's unbelievable. They have parades. It's a 4-day festival in Derry. Derry is a walled city. It's up north of Ireland, and it's all walled in. They have fireworks every night, food. It's just an amazing festival. And we actually have a tour that we do just for Halloween. So if you're interested in one year, we just dropped it this year as well. And that tour, it's special. It is the Spectacular Tour. It is 6 nights. And it's first class accommodations. You get an Irish breakfast daily, 2 hotel dinners. You get transfers to and from the airport. You get full sightseeing tours. You get a sightseeing tour of Donegal. You'll get the Epic Museum. The Epic Museum, ladies and gentlemen, is the museum in Dublin that tells all about the immigration of Ireland. And if you think you have Irish background, you can actually go there. And they have a heritage place where you can see all about your heritage and your family and all of that. It's really, really a great experience. And you can walk it yourself. You can just walk through it yourself. Great experience. We do a 2-hour ghost tour. We do a Dairy Girls. Anybody know about the Dairy Girls? It's a show. Dairy Girls. I've never seen it either, but it's pretty popular. Netflix, by the way, want to see it. We do Navafort, Guildhall. So a lot of tours on this particular Halloween. So what I do want to tell you about next is our 2025 small group guided tours. And what we did for this year, we were listening to a lot of our clients, and our clients didn't like having our tours 40, 45 people in a motor coach. So we tapped it out and we said, okay, no more than 28 people. That's it. So all of our motor coach tours are now only 28 people, except for one. And I'll tell you about that in just a moment. We do also have one that's only 24 people. So it makes it a little bit smaller, a little more intimate, and people really, really get to know each other on a more personal basis. That way you're not traveling and you're not, and then motor coaches are large, so they're nice and spacious. So this is our first tour. This is the Irish Rose. This is a 9-night. And it takes you all through Ireland, with the exception, and I'm trying to see from the side here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. With the exception, this little piece right here in the top right-hand side of the screen, that is Northern Ireland. So it does not go into Northern Ireland. So you'll do all of Ireland. You'll go into Derry, the Giant's Causeway. You'll do the Slieve League Cliffs. All of our tours, you get 2 nights in a castle in all of our tours. We also give you 2 nights in every location, with the exception This is 9 nights, so we'll have 1 night. We typically keep you closer to Dublin, because that's the last night. You'll be traveling the next day. So, but we like to keep you 2 nights in every location so that you're not constantly moving and moving and moving. You get to actually explore a little bit. You see the Cliffs of Moher, Adar, the Ring of Kerry, Waterford Crystal, that's where that comes from. A lot of shopping there, ladies. Kildare, back to Dublin. So Guinness Brewery Storehouse, 2023, that was the most popular location to visit in all of Europe. Mm-hmm. Who knew? And anybody here big beer drinkers? Big Guinness drinkers? Guinness drinkers? No? Yeah, yes, no. I'm not a big Guinness drinker, but the tour was really, really amazing because it tells you all about the history and it tells you the background of Guinness and all of that. So at the end, you get a free Guinness. Well, I'm like, I don't want a Guinness. I don't like it. It's a little bitter for me. Well, they introduced me to what's called a black in black. It is black currant, a little bit of black currant in the Guinness, which makes it just sweet enough to take out the bitterness. Oh my gosh, that's all I drank for the rest of my trip in Ireland. That's it. That was it. It was so amazing. So amazing. So you get all of these tours, and I'm not going to run through, we don't have a lot of time, so I don't want to run through and bore you with everything. So, and I've got a lot of tours to show you. So I'm just going to kind of, skim through everything. But all of our tours, breakfast daily, 2 nights in the castle, and we try to do 2 days in every location. So the next one, this is our Celtic Delight. This is a 7-night adventure. And again, I put up the map so you know exactly where you're going. Sligo, some of the most amazing ice cream you'll ever have. Great, great ice cream. Ring of Kerry, Cliffs of Moher. Again, Waterford. Back up to Dublin. The Aragona, that is a mining experience. When we first added that, I'm like, what? Why mining? Really? I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. So really, really nice. And this one comes with 4 dinners. The next one, Heart of Ireland. This one is the one with the exception to the rule. The reason being it's a 6-night. Most people, how much time do they get off? Like a week, right? So 6 nights, 1-day travel, 32 people with this one. The reason being again is because it's one of our most popular tours. This one does just again the heart, which goes all the way up to Galway, the Cliffs of Moher, Dingle Peninsula, does Blarney, the Rock of Cashel, and comes back up into Dublin. And that is 32 people. Our next one is new to us this year. This is our Celtic Gold. It is a 7-night as well. Again, this one does Sligo, Dingle Peninsula. We added on this one, Cove. Anybody heard of the Titanic? Well, it was originally built in Belfast, which is in Northern Ireland. But you know where it left from on its last journey?
Guess what?
Cove. Yeah, Cove. It was called Queenstown at the time. But yes, it was actually Cove. Then they changed it to Queenstown. Then they went back to Cove. So the original pier where it left is still there. Well, a piece of it anyway. There's not much of it left. But then they have an amazing historical museum there that tells all about it. So then you can go up to Waterford, Kilkenny, Kildare, and back up to Dublin. So we added Cove on this one. This one here, 24 people. This is when I was telling you about only 24 people. You can also add an Irish cabaret. It's not a French cabaret. It's an Irish cabaret. So they do the dancing like this and they keep their tops on. So the next one I want to tell you about is our Celtic Treasures. This is new, brand new as well this year. We're not sure we're going to bring this back this year for next year. I think we're just going to go ahead and include, we had an 11-night last year that included Belfast, which was Northern Ireland, but a lot of people couldn't get off for 12 days, 13 days, because when you're looking at it with the travel and all of that, that's what you're looking at. So what we did is we just kind of shortened it and did a 6-day just Northern Ireland, which included Belfast, which also includes the Titanic experience where the Titanic was made. And then it does Derry, Glenveigh, Sligo, Tyrone Castle. That's where you would stay for the 2 nights. So that just is the Northern Ireland, and that's called the Treasures. Then this is the heart of Ireland and Scotland. This is an 11-night, 12-day, one of our most popular. We actually start in Scotland and we end in Ireland for this tour. So we would actually travel to Scotland, and I think I reversed it because last year we were reversing it when I was talking earlier. So this is one of our most popular tours, and it is just an amazing tour because you get the best of both. Again, I'm just kind of touching on all of these because I don't want to keep it too long. I could talk forever. Anybody know Outlander? Anybody seen Outlander? Yeah, Outlander? Yeah. Outlander tour. One of our most popular tours as well. Everybody wants to go where Claire and Jamie went. And so this actually does travel to all of the locations where it was filmed, including the castle where the Clan Mackenzie lives. So you'll be able to actually follow through on the Outlander tour. And this is all just in Scotland. Beyond Ireland. Any questions thus far about Ireland or Scotland?
Is there any back tours, like the 9-day tour in Ireland? And then go and Scotland, you have to set up there to do a back to back. I've got 11-day, they can don't do all of Ireland on that 11-day.
Yeah, it's only the heart. Yeah.
Right, is there anything like that?
Yeah, we can definitely put something like that together. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you take a look, we would just have to take a look at the dates, because if you take a look at our brochure, inside of our brochure, the dates are already on there. So let's say you wanted to go ahead and do the Irish Rose and then take a look at one of our Scottish tours, we would just go ahead and take a look at the dates and put it that way, where they're, you know, close together that way. Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions? Okay. So beyond Ireland, this is one of my favorite places. I was just here in April. Italy. We do all of Italy. Of course, one of the most popular places that we can take you is the Colosseum, Vatican City, Florence, Venice, and one of my favorite places is Tuscany. We have a couple of tours. I'm gonna just touch on Rome to Rome. We have a 10-night escorted tour that takes you to Florence, Venice, Pompeii, and Capri. And these are the highlights for this particular tour. You go to Assisi, Siena, Bologna. Has anybody been to Italy? Yeah? Have you been to any of these places? Yeah. Siena, I was the first time in Siena. Oh my goodness, the hills in Siena, the walking. Oh my goodness, I had no idea there were so many up and down hills. By the end of the day, I was like, I need to sit down. It was crazy. But just a beautiful, beautiful country. So we have a lot to offer with this 10-night escorted tour here. So it's just one of our options. Again, you don't have to do an escorted tour. I'm just showing you some of the tours that we have. If you're interested in doing something personalized and you want to do something on your own, we can put that together for you as well. So this is my favorite. This is Villa Casagrande. It is right in the heart. If you take a look at the map there, right in the heart of Tuscany. It is about 26 kilometers from Florence, so it's not that far at all. The train, it takes you, if you get the train nonstop from Florence to Figli which is where the city is, that the Villa Casagrande is, it's about 30 minutes. And the train station is about a 10-minute walk from Villa Casa Grande, so it's not that far. I say 5 minutes if you're a fast walker, 10 minutes if you're a slow walker with luggage. So, again, located right in the heart, and you can go to all of those places right there. Stay in one location. You can stay right at the villa. The villa is a villa and spa. It has a beautiful winery. They make their own wine, they make their own olive oil. They have 2 amazing restaurants with high-end chefs. They have cooking classes at the villa with Mama Anna. I did 2 cooking classes. I did a cooking class and pizza making class with her. She's also a sommelier, so she did a wine tasting. She took us on a tour of the entire villa, showed us the private rooms of the current owner, told us all the history, and then even showed us the room where the last Pope, Pope Gregory, I believe it was the 6th, stayed. And his bed is still there. He's not there, but his bed is still there. And he actually slept on a hemp bed, so the bed is still there, you know, everything. So just absolutely amazing. The wine, so good, so good. It's so natural, organic. If you're a wine drinker, just amazing. They have all kinds of things to offer there at the villa. This is the town. You walk right outside the back of the villa, and it's about 2 blocks, 3 blocks of a walk. I mean, it takes you less than 2-3 minutes. And this is the town center right there that you're in the little town. And they have all kinds of little restaurants, cafes. So just great little place to go. We do offer a tour with this that you can customize. We do have a five-night tour, and then if you want to add on before and after, you know, days on before and after, or you can customize it, and we can put something customizable for you together for that. So you can visit all the surrounding areas: Florence, Pisa, San Gimignano, Siena, Lucca, Arezzo, and Cinque Terre is probably about 2.5 hours. It is probably the furthest north. You could go to Rome, which is the furthest south, and that would take you about 2.5 hours if you were interested in doing a Rome trip as well. Venice is further up to the northeast. I was trying to think west-east, northeast, so that would take you much longer. So anyway, just a beautiful, beautiful location. If you're interested in going and just staying in one place where you don't have to hop place to place, just unpack one time. And the rooms are gorgeous as well. So, okay, enough, I'm moving on. You can tell it's passion. So this is the 5 nights that I was telling you about. You can do 5 nights at Villa Casa Grande with the breakfast daily. You get a welcome dinner. You get a farewell dinner, wine tasting, half day in Chianti. And Chianti, we actually take you to one of the castles there, where they will tour you through the winery there, and then you do the wine tasting and some food. You get a full day of Siena and San Gimignano, and then your transfers are also included. So that's the 5 days that we offer. And then, like I said, we can customize everything else as well. So also, we just dropped these about a month ago. We offer our Christmas markets. So we have our Christmas markets for this year. So this here is for Poland in Warsaw and Krakow. We have the tour that includes, of course, the farewell dinners. It will include breakfast daily. Now, one of the questions that I got the last time I offered this, does your hotel room have a bathroom? Yes, your hotel rooms will have bathrooms in them, because in Poland, they don't always have bathrooms. But yes, your facilities will be in your room instead of outside your room, because some of the facilities, you know, are actually outside. So you will have your own private bathroom as well. So you get to actually visit the market square, and you will do tours as well on this particular, on this one here, and I believe it's 6 nights. The next one that we're offering is Croatia, Slovenia, and Germany. And again, this Goes to all of the Christmas markets all over there. You go to the Dragon's Bridge. And to Bavaria. And then the next one is where Christmas markets began, Vienna. Vienna is where the Christmas markets started. So you'll go to Budapest, Vienna, and Prague. So we have an amazing, amazing tour for this one as well. So, what I get last. How do you say it? Is it Celtic or Celtic?
Celtic.
Boston Celtics.
Boston Celtics. You notice I've been saying Celtic. It really, really doesn't matter how you say it. It really doesn't. So I was at Sean's Bar. I think I told you guys Sean's Bar is the oldest bar in the world. And I was sitting next to a gentleman who was obviously frequents Sean's Bar. He's a local. And I asked him the same question. I said, so how do you say it? Is it Celtic or Celtic? Because I say Celtic because Irish, my husband's Irish. You got to say Celtic. Okay? So, and he gave me a 45-minute explanation. 45 minutes later, he told me. But the gist, and I won't tell you everything because I don't honestly know that I remember it all. But the gist of the story was, he said that if it was something that was under 200 years old, like the Boston Celtics, you should say Celtic. If it was over 200 years old, you should say Celtic. Now, again, it's a folk tale. You know, I told you the Irish have a lot of folk tales, so I'm not sure how, true that is, but there's one way of saying it. I asked my boss, who is from Ireland, how do you want me to say it? Celtic or Celtic? He goes, I don't care, just say it. I said, okay. So that's what I will do. So I never ever like to leave without offering the Irish blessing, because that's who we are. So for each petal of the shamrock, this brings a wish your way. Good health, good luck, and happiness for today and every day. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to be here with me today. I hope you learned a little something. I hope you had a little fun. If you have any questions, anything like that, I have a lot of information for you. But again, this was just a brief description of what we can offer you guys. So let me know if you have any questions. And thank you all at home.